10 Benefits of Kefir. Kefir is a fermented milk drink that originates from the Caucasus Mountains. The native tribes of the snow-covered region have been making this food for centuries, and it's been benefiting them ever since. Kefir is much like yogurt, except that it contains carbon dioxide, which is the final byproduct of the fermentation process. To a large number of consumers, kefir doesn't seem quite attractive nor delicious. In spite of the statistics, they should still try their best to incorporate this amazing food into their eating habits. The very name of kefir derives from the Turkish word keyif, which means feeling good. Unlike yogurt, kefir is the result of the eponymous grains remaining in pure milk for about 24 hours. During the process, the sugars within ferment. This gives the milk a sour taste and a slightly thicker consistency. This procedure enhances the numerous health benefits of milk while adding those contained in the kefir grains. For these reasons, there's a staggering amount of health enhancements when it comes to kefir consumption. The most significant 10 benefits of kefir are as follows. 1.
Please don't forget to click the subscribe button to our channel and be sure to tap the little bell icon, then you'll get a notification when we push a new video to the channel.
1. Nutrient refill. Due to the incredible contents of the kefir grains, the final product contains up to 7 different nutrients. All of these ingredients help with boosting overall health, while a lot of them can hardly be found elsewhere. It's important to mention the significance of RDA, recommended dietary allowance, when it comes to kefir consumption. Starting with 6 grams of protein and a solid amount of vitamin D per 175 milliliters serving, kefir's remaining nutrients make up 78% of the RDA. With calcium and phosphorus at 20%, there's also 14% of B12 and 19% of riboflavin. The additional 5% of magnesium completes this calculation, showing just how beneficial kefir is for the system. 2. Powerful probiotic. For those that didn't know, kefir is actually much more potent than yogurt, in every possible way. It is a global belief that yogurt is the ultimate probiotic dairy product, but the effects of kefir on this field exceed yogurt by far. Certain probiotics are often part of various medicines, to enhance the individual's health in numerous ways. Probiotics contain yeast and bacteria that improve the body's functioning, and their presence is overwhelming in the contents of kefir grains. Probiotics generally improve the functioning of the GI tract, mental health, and weight management, which makes kefir bountifully beneficial. 3. Antibacterial properties. Starting with lactobacillus, kefir is definitely a source of numerous antibacterial contents. Ingesting kefir on a daily basis shows the hindering of persistent bacteria such as Escherichia coli, Helicobacter pylori, and Salmonella. This statistic gives kefir a high standing among natural cures, while the proof for this assumption can be found in the health statistics of Caucasus natives. Kefirin is another active ingredient of kefir and a very powerful medicine. It has been tested in the form of 70% pure externally applied gel, where it showed immaculate healing properties during a 7-day period of anti-skin lesion testing on rats. 4. Bone health enhancement. Kefir can greatly reduce the risk of osteoporosis, which is an enormous threat to a large percentage of individuals over the age of 60. Osteoporosis makes the bones much more fragile, due to the calcium deficiency that takes place in the system. A steady consumption of kefir can remedy this issue by enriching the body with the missing protein, part of which is calcium. Studies show a decrease in fracture risk by a staggering 81%, while recent animal tests have revealed kefir's connection to the calcium absorption ability of their bones. In other words, kefir does not only provide us with calcium, it makes our bodies benefit from it more. 5. Cancer treatment and prevention. Various non-conclusive studies are based on the anti-carcinogenic properties of kefir extract, and they have all recorded immense therapy success. Since cancer owes its presence to uncontrolled growth of abnormal cells, it is extremely hard to cure once it begins developing. However, some natural remedies impair this disease by influencing the weakened immune system and by destroying the ingredients needed for carcinogenic production. In one study, breast cancer cells have shown a 56% mortality rate under the influence of kefir's ingredients. Yogurt, however, has a high score of 14% in the same testing field. 6. Immunity boost. Biotin and folate are both B vitamins that help the body with hair growth and cell production, among other benefits. Kefir is loaded with folate and biotin, among many other vitamins and probiotics. Simply put, a vast number of the population believes that drinking yogurt is the way to go and the signature of a healthy lifestyle. Then again, yogurt contains 27 benign bacteria strain types, as opposed to kefir's 1034. Including the kefir-exclusive yeast strains. Candida, a relatively widespread minor yeast infection that can lead to other serious illnesses, is known to be most impaired by kefirin. Not only does kefir consumption cure body, but it also makes it much more immune to any potential diseases. 7. Digestion improvement. To relate to the previously mentioned benefit, it's important to know that Candida can cause leaky gut, which makes the body absorb unnecessary and sometimes harmful food ingredients. Then again, Crohn's disease, irritable bowel syndrome and all kinds of gut ulcerations can be impaired and eventually cured by ingesting kefir. It often happens that the gut's protective flora can wane in consistency due to fighting off various pathogens. Kefir restores this protective layer and enhances its impenetrability, while also cleaning the walls of the intestines that may contain harmful toxins. This benefit is greatly connected to cancer prevention, as the disease is mostly believed to be the result of bodily impurity. 8. Allergy impairment. Even though there are many kinds of allergies, they all eventually come down to the same trigger: inflammatory cells being produced to rid the body of foreign organisms. In every recorded case, an allergy is the result of a wrong immune system response. Kefir ingestion helps with this issue by making various parts of the body less irritable with its soothing components. Thus, allergies are much less likely to take place. Even if the individual is still affected by an allergy, kefir can greatly improve the functioning of airways and mucous glands, by reducing the harmful effects of inflammatory cells. 9. Skin healing. Skin is our biggest organ, and whenever something unnatural occurs within the body, the skin surrounding it is influenced. Sometimes these signals can disrupt the basic functions of the epidermis, causing various negative effects. Some of the examples of these occurrences include eczema, acne, rashes, and psoriasis. Most of them are partially easy to remedy, but conditions like psoriasis have no known cure. Still, kefir contains the healing properties that enable the skin to resume its normal functioning in spite of the inner signals. This means that kefir could even be used as a treatment for incurable skin diseases. 10. Lactose intolerance reduction. While most dairy products contain lactose, a natural sugar found in milk, kefir's ingredients break it down into lactic acid. This means that even those with lactose intolerance can enjoy a certain dairy product without any repercussions. Then again, what's the setback in being able to consume only the healthiest dairy product? With time, kefir allows those with lactose intolerance and lactose malabsorption to gain a natural resistance to their conditions. Both of these bodily irregularities are linked to a deviation in gut and stomach functioning, which kefir also improves. As a result, it's easy to conclude that kefir is the ultimate natural cure out there.